The year before freshman year of high school is when I first got involved in the summer student volunteer program at the VA. And that's kind of, for me, where the majority of my journey started. What was special about that year was there was a Shark Tank program where we all had to pitch ideas. My presentation was on Mats for Vets. The Mats for Vets program for me was about helping out homeless veterans with PTSD who weren't willing to go into shelters. Because I'd learned through my time that there were many veterans who felt enclosed by the shelters and didn't want to reach out for help yet. And because of that, I was drawn to the idea that there should be a way to help them while they're on the streets, make sure that they're comfortable. The mats contained a little keychain with a suicide prevention hotline and also links to VA services. That way they could still reach out if they needed to, and the help was always available. But it was really there to make sure that they could be comfortable and still maintain the pride that they had as veterans.
And he did that on his own. And that's what was so amazing to me, is that a young kid had an idea and said, let me run with this and see how I can make care better for our veterans with their challenge with mental health issues. And, I'm a big believer, if you can do something, get involved. And that's what I saw him do.
Over the 5 years I've been volunteering, I've worked in the community living center, helping plan activities for disabled veterans. And that involved, bingo, helping them set up bowling so they could kind of get into sports again. And during that time, I also planted a vegetable garden, and afterwards, they gave the vegetables to the veterans, which was great. The next year, I did physical therapy, and I helped out the techs there. And after that, I worked both as a student mentor and in the Welcome Center.
When he first got started, a lot of this is learning about service through my father.
My grandfather, he was a pilot during the Vietnam War. He used to always want to tell me about his time as a pilot, talking about flying over, bringing supplies to people, the ins and outs of being a pilot. I remember, for a kid like me, it all felt really foreign almost, like something I couldn't even really imagine.
It's great to now hear him acknowledge my father and to say, I want to give back, and find ways to not only recognize him, but all these other great veterans that, have done so much for our country. So very heartwarming.
The stories that the veterans passed to me kind of instilled a sense of strength for me. You could really hear the willpower and the fact that times were difficult for them. Things were uncertain. They didn't know where their life was going to go, but they managed to push forward and still tell their story. They have things to be proud of. And I want to be able to be a person who can take pride in my own story and push forward in the same way.